Good morning. So we are the intern of the OJT fleet and we are assigned to the Bond Bridge Rehabilitation or retrofitting. So the group again is Mr. Bachar, Mr. Bascon, and Mr. Chan and me, Ms. Perez. So our project is located at Dalpan or the along Emroas Junior Bridge, Manila City. It's just almost beside the um, office of the DPWH NCR. And this is the rehabilitation or the major repair since according to the engineers, the bridge is almost existing almost 50 years. So there are cracks that shows underneath the bridge or what you, there's something. Okay. So project details, project location, project details, and project methodology will be discussed. So project description. The project focuses on the retrofitting and rehabilitation of the existing bridge along the network of roads and bridges of Radial Road 10, R10 of Manila. So, rehabilitation, we're trying to reinforce the already existing bridge since it's been constructed long ago. So, ang ginawa ng mga engineers dito is to retrofit. And according to the discussions that have been discussed to us, at first, ni-inspect nila yung mga bridges that's beyond 50 years. And then, after inspection, nagka-crack mapping sila. And then, ayun, nagkakaroon ng retrofitting until yung final layer ng coating is yung skim coat. And then, ang ginagawa ng nila, ini-inspect na lang nila kung tama ba or mali sa pagkakagawa. And then, there is a 1-year warranty naman para sa work nung gumawa. So, in project location, ito yung DPWH Metro Manila 2nd Sub-District. Malapit lang siya, walking distance lang siya sa office. So, very accessible. And then, so lagi kami nandun sa site. Tapos lagi kami nag-visitation para din makita at pinapatingnan sa amin din ng mga assigned engineer sa amin, ng supervisor namin, what are the progress regarding sa project. And then, they ask us to interview somewhat the men or the engineers, the contractor that is assigned to this project. Project duration, nag-ano namin. Then project details. So, project details na provided sa amin, complete details na naka-Excel file na in-extract lang namin. Yun nga, project component sa bridge, sa location niya sa Manila City. So, mode of contract, competitive bidding, open and public bidding. It means na naka-open siya. So, minsan ang choice lang din nila is yung lowest na price na pinakamalapit din somewhat sa estimated bidding or estimated bid ng DPWH. So, implementing office is DPWH NCR since yun nga naka-assign din sa engineer na supervisor na naka-assign sa amin which is engineer, who is Engineer Mark. Tapos, date of bidding is yung June 28, 2018. Tapos, ang contractor talaga is ARN Builders or Florida's Construction and Paving Corporation. And according sa engineers, sila yung general contractor. Dito sa case ito, nagkaroon ng subcontractor, which is hindi dapat. Kasi according sa kay Sir Balong, kay Engineer Balong na nag-supervise din sa amin, is walang subcon dapat sa project na ito. But nagkaroon, which is yung EC provisioning or something like that, yung subcon. Will be shown later. So yung project cost is 101,580,775 pesos, 0.73. And then nagkaroon ng revised contract amount dahil sa mga variation orders, nagkaroon ng delay. For variation order. Kasi after yung inspection pala, nung nakita lang ng cracks yun lang. Pero after nilang grinder pa or pa-smoothen, biglang lumabas pa yung ibang cracks. So nagkaroon ng revisions. Ibig sabihin, mas marami sa na-cracks yung nakita nila compared sa initial bidding nila. So, yung naging 104 million siya sa 112,214.27. Kaso, ang nangyari dito, hindi siya buong project, hindi siya buong bridge. Only yung phase 1 lang yung natapos. At yung halfway lang sa phase 2 yung, or sa kabilang bridge yung natapos nila. Kasi nga, kinulang doon sa budget tinapos. Tapos, notice to proceed, yung nag-start sila is July 31, 2018. Supposedly, but nagsimula sila sa August 6, 2018. Tapos, naging problems nila is meron pa na existing squatter din sa area sa Pier 4 tsaka sa Appleton P. So, yun yung, ito yung allocated amount, 108,500,000, kinulang pa din yan. So, scope of work will be discussed by other project details will be discussed by Mr. Chan.
Good morning. The scope of this project is removal of structures, obstruction, load tests, hammer tests, and seismic analysis, painting works at structural concrete and structural steel, installation of carbon fiber reinforced sheet, reinforcing steel and wire rope, structural concrete injection, and crack repair. Una pong gagawin is gagrinder po muna yung bridge, tapos pag nakita na po yung cracks, lalagay na po yung copper tubing, tapos pagkatapos po lagay yung mga copper tubing sa cracks, ipe-pressurize epoxy po siya, tapos pagkatapos po malagay po yung epoxy, lalagyan na po ng sealant. Hindi pa po pala, lalagyan po pala ng carbon fiber, tapos lalagyan din po ng another coating of sealant, then hintay na lang po siya matuyo. Pagkatapos po matuyo ng sealant, lalagyan po ng skin coating. Project duration, the contract duration is 210 CD, and contract time extension number 1 is 60 CD. Extension of due to violation order is 30 CD. Revised contract duration to 40 CD. The expected completion date is March 3, 2019, and the revised completion date is June 1, 2019. The actual completion date is actually January 28, 2020. Suspension and resume orders. Suspension order number 1, August 6, 2018. It is due to pending issuance of permits from PBA and PCG. Resume order number 1, October 8, 2018. In view of the approval of PPA to work and at Span 1, Abutment A to Pier 1. Suspension order number 2, March 22, 2018, due to pending removal of ISFs at Pier 4 to Abutment B. Upon the release of NTP and equipment and materials have been mobilized, a load test will be conducted to determine the structural ability and integrity of the bridge structure. Retrofitting works are to be done after gathering the result of the load testing. The result of the load testing also determines the appropriate design of retrofitting to be implemented. Installation of formworks will also commence. These formworks will serve as scaffoldings during the application of epoxy injection, skim coating, and repair of reinforcing bar stands. Carbon fiber sheets are to be installed last with utmost caution to avoid improper installation that may lead to bigger consequences. Standard procedures and materials to be used must be in accordance to the standards approved by the materials engineer of the implementing office. Cranes on barge and movable platforms will be used as these activities will take place on parts suspended in the river. And that's for my report, and OJT activities will be explained by Mr. Betcher.
So, our OJT activities. In our first day, it was our orientation. The orientation was conducted by Engineer Badong as we were used to address it. The orientation started with the familiarization of the contract and other pertinent documents. We were taught about legal documents like ROW, NTP, biddings, and etc. We were also taught about the awareness of every factors that may affect them by projects and how to properly give notice to prospective competent bodies. Next day is also orientation. The orientation also included the introduction to some of the project personnel that we will be working with and some information on their organizational structure. Our lectures consist of mobilization, stakeout plan, recap on our surveying knowledge, and the succeeding lectures tackled about the procedure of retrofitting, inspection for deterioration and crack mapping, application of sealant, adhesive, placement of carbon fiber sheets. Finally, our site visits were conducted for us interns to observe every detail on site firsthand. Right there, we were able to see the materials, the actual application of every standards and commencement of every procedures. The learnings of the trainees will be discussed by Mr. Basque.